right. Hello. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. If you're celebrating, if not, still, get them kids some candy when they come to your door. Welcome. Ashley, no. Welcome. We are happy to have you guys here, ready to get all off into Abbott. Hit that like button and show some love as you enter the room. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I am feeling so good, ready to get into Abbott because I actually adored this episode, Tyra. So you know I'm ready to get into it. Are you ready to take them babies trick or treating? Are you ready for that?
Never, but we're going to do it every time. Never. We're going to walk the long streets. But getting into it, y'all, doing it a little different. We're going to just get into some overall thoughts. I thought the episode was cool. As far as their Halloween episodes go, was it my drop dead favorite? No, and I did go back and watch them all. It was cool. I won't lie and say I wanted a little bit more. I don't know, and I hate saying that because it seems like that's a recurring theme for us a little bit. It's just like it's good, but I'm like I want a little bit more. Maybe I'm being greedy. Maybe I'm adding it out and I just don't know it. But it wasn't a terrible episode. It wasn't a bad episode. It wasn't an unfunny episode. It was funny. I had a good time with Darth Ma. I had a good time with Barb in the woods and whatnot. But was it my favorite? No. Ashley?
No, of course, it was not the favorite. And I think the previous Halloween episode set such a high bar. However, this was the first time this season I fully felt Abbott again. Like, I got my romance between Janine and Gregory. I got their headassery. I got Barb being Barb and looking out for the well-being of everyone unbeknownst to them. I like that we got some more engagement with the kids this episode. Mr. Johnson being unhilarious to them. I thought that was so funny. And Ava bringing back the callback to her being a doomsday prepper. I thought it was smart. I thought it was fun. It's not the funniest of the Halloween episodes. I don't know, baby. The little baby Thanos will probably
Yes.
go down in history as my favorite for the Halloween episodes. But again, this is the first time all season I felt like, okay, this is Abbott again. Like, it felt genuine. It felt like symbiotic. It was the vibes. I was cheesing watching this episode.
Well, before we get into the episode, whose costume was your favorite?
I liked Ryan Coogler in the box office or the IMAX, whatever it was. I thought it was very hilarious. But no, I thought Barb looked really, really cute. I was like, is she a little, from Company B, a bugle girl from Company B? I think they all did great, but I'm gonna go with the headassery over there with Janine and Gregory. I love this era for them. This is the second Halloween we've got to see them as a couple, so I like that.
Girl, I'm gonna go with Miss Shamincy over there as April O'Neil because body wear. Body. I was like, oh, damn, Miss Shamincy.
You know she's great. You know she's
Shamincy was all curvy and shapely like that's a Shamincy. I was over there with the little park trooper, like, hey, girl. You look real good around the edges in that yellow jumpsuit. I'm gonna go with April over there. But the Ryan Coogler was funny, and of course the headassery of it, very, very cool. But getting into the beginning of the episode, I did just want to mention because the plan was to have our normal images and whatnot, and I saw way more images of our new edition kindergarten teacher than we got in the show. So I'm like, were there supposed to be more intersections with him and his role was cut out? Because I was like, why does he have so many images when, in the beginning, he just clearly says like, no, I'm going to go, down to the shelter and feed the hungry or something like that. I'm not going to be able to come camping. But I saw many, many images of him. Actually, do you feel like we're missing something without him there? Because they
no,
seem like they cut stuff
he
out.
got invited. He didn't want to bring his tail to air. Talk about he's volunteering at the homeless. The man said, "What homeless shelter? What's the address?"
People want to know.
We don't believe you. I don't know. I really am really confused about why he's been brought on if they're not going
Yeah.
to utilize him. We're 5 episodes in. And I know we've still got the lion's share of the season left, but I would think they'd be at the very least slow rolling his introduction, what his personality is like. And I think we've only seen him twice in these 5 episodes. So I was disappointed he wasn't there. I thought it would have been fun. I think this is the first thing he's actually been invited to. He wanted to
Mhm.
go to the game a couple episodes ago or last episode. He couldn't get that invite. But Barb was like, "Come on, he's coming." No, I'm actually not. I don't know. I didn't see the images online, but it makes maybe I wonder if his chemistries just didn't align, or they saw some things in the edit that they didn't necessarily care for, or maybe they thought the episode flowed better, with our core group. But I didn't miss him because I don't know him.
Yeah, I was just concerned because I was like, why are there so many? We didn't get that much. Like maybe something was rewritten and he's not here in that capacity. Because, like I said, and I think that's what's kind of has me kind of disjointed with the season. It feels like we were going somewhere episode one, and then after that first episode, we went in a completely different direction. But getting into this episode, Barb is having none of it. She said, "Baby, the older kids will not be out here TPing, egging houses, doing all kinds of debauchery. Not on my watch. Not on the Lord and Savior's watch. Let's get into some camping." And the entire mission this episode, especially in the beginning, is to support Barb, but only so far because we know Barb. She's not going to be out here in the woods digging dirt with her manicure. That's not her style. I do appreciate that with Barb, and we have the themes that we know these characters for and their traits. But I think maybe my disconnect is feeling like there's some repeat themes, maybe with Barb so much this season. It's kind of like, it feels like with all the episodes, it's been like, that's not Barb. Or it's like, Barb's a bad driver. Oh, Barb likes baseball. Oh, Barb's here with camping and she got her, permits and she doesn't mind getting dirty and she's going to read and she thought of everything. I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like they've had way smarter writing than this, but I didn't mind it. This was cute though. This was really cute. I enjoyed Barb really initiating with her music class because we know where she started and the fact that she cares enough to like, you know what, we're gonna go the extra mile with all the kids who are in these clubs and bring them out here so they have purpose. And then I did really appreciate the kids in the background, like eyeing their costumes, like, oh, who is that? Is that Biggie? Is that Big? Who's that? Is that Kale over there from Kale's Orange Soda and Good Burger? It was a cute little situation. But how did you feel about Barb just being super Barb and she's gonna not only bear the elements, but she's gonna excel because I'm prepared?
I'm really, really hoping that we get an arc with Barbara like she's secretly been in therapy, because the way that she's had such an awareness and like just this complete 180 from the Barb we've known in previous seasons. Like they said, Barb, your nails, like you're gonna risk your manicure out here in the elements. Barb doesn't do this. Oh, now Barb does it. I would love it if a part of her arc is that she's been doing work outside of the school, outside of that, and so now she's like evolving or fully self-actualizing. I would absolutely love that. But Tyra, I was gonna ask you, because when we get in here with them, it's all because they're tired, right? Like normally they'd be down, but everyone's tired. Gregory's falling asleep. Don't touch me! I didn't touch you, Gregory. Janine's calling the students mama. Is this a thing for teachers in the fall already? Like by Halloween, are y'all tired already? Like,
This is a thing in the spring. This is a thing directly after you're just after just there. There's a need to want to keep up momentum until you are getting that real like strong suggestive summer break, or you're getting into kind of what we're getting into now where you get the Thanksgiving and then you backdoor you get a little holiday break with Christmas, like, oh yeah. But anything before that, you're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be strong. Like you have to keep it up, and it's just really hard. I like that Janine was like, even me, Barb, me, the Janine. I'm tired. I want to go home. Like it's very hard, but I did like it being that since Barb is the oldest teacher there, you be like, oh, you're the one. Well, we gotta show up for Barb. It's Barb. Like not only because it's Barb and she's here and she supported us so much, but if Barb can show up, we can show up. Let's all get it together. But I just like her longevity in that way and her continuing. But it is definitely a thing, girl. We tired. We tired. You don't show it. You can't be falling asleep with books in hand in the library, Janine, or anything like that. But it's a thing, child.
I loved it. I was like, okay, teachers, like, because they was wore out. Like, all right, let's hurry up and get this over with so Barb will quit and we can pack it up and go home. And by the end, it was like, no, this is a good time. I loved the camping of it all. Like you said, I'm glad we got to see the babies out there having a good time. When that baby said, yeah, I was thinking about starting a fire, I was trying to figure it out. Like, please. Get the kids some extracurriculars. Like I said, Ava out there with her readiness survival situation. I thought this was really fun. And even Shamenti said, I'm going to put on a full course Italian dinner for you all tonight. Like, we're not doing beans out of a can. I loved how they show up for each other, and especially Barb in this moment. I thought it was cute.
It was. I think the most that we got out of this, beyond, Barb being super Barb, was, I guess, Janine. It was unclear, but she felt inspired. Like, you know what? This was kind of rejuvenation for all of us. But by the time we got to the Ryan Coogler costumes, like, y'all get on my nerves. Y'all get on my nerves. Who thought about this? Like, really, Janine? We couldn't just be Marianne or just somebody down from Sinners. We have to head ass our costume every single time.
Every single time.
But we have them really wanting to spend more time together and just be solo dolo, maybe linger in the bed, just maybe, you know what, this is just as good. And we found inspiration, mainly Janine, because I want a club too. I want to do a club, that step thing is kind of Ava's. You got, your gardening situation, and we even have the music. And she came all the way out here, and these bond. I was a little like, what? Janine, since when you don't feel connected to your kids? She's like, I want connection. I want to be remembered. I want to matter to my students and have this long running relationship. She's like, I want something. Baby, when Janine said fashion club, I said, Janine, look.
Oh,
She's like, fashion club. Yeah, I can see that. I put this together. I did a pretty good job too. But I like that we had Barb not only let them have their time, but the fact that we were in such a compact space that we in the park. We can't even gather no firewood. It's a Checkers bag over there. It's a Whataburger and a McDonald's bag. There's no twigs out here. This is just a regular park, but we managed to get lost literally like 30 paces away from the camping site. But how did you feel about Janine finding her purpose or passion of wanting her own club, and what would this maybe mean for her moving forward?
I liked it. Janine always feels like people come in and kind of take her thunder, and I'm excited to see what she kind of evolves into. I think that's what we've been waiting for over all these seasons, is really to see who Janine is ultimately going to be. Once she's kind of worked out her insecurities and those kinks, what does Janine look like fully confident and fully walking in like the fullness of her self-esteem. And I really enjoyed that. I'm a stan her and Gregory every single time. Him trying to do his little accent. I said, oh, you trying to be Ryan for real? I'm glad he didn't like do the stutter, but I thought it was very, very cute. And I like, again, that he's just going to support her. Whatever Janine needs, he's going to be right there, Johnny on the spot, to help. And I also liked how Barbara saw that they all had a need for this. Like, no, this wasn't just about the kids. That was cute. But even when she finds them when they're lost 30 yards away from the campsite, like, no, y'all enjoy it. We got the kids under control. Y'all need this time to whatever. I do. I really hope Janine finds it, whatever it is. Ava did come in and run the step team. The kids liked Ava more than they liked Janine. So I get it. She's still trying to find her way. Ultimately, she still is a newer teacher in the whole big scheme of things. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Janine and her character as we keep going through here.
Now, the fact that we didn't only get a little head assery there, Ava gave us a little head assery with her costume, like Avery Darth Mom. Have you ever seen Mom?
I have not, with Octavia Spencer. I said I was going to go over there and watch it, but no, I know it.
Who would think to put that together? Man, please. But I did like the callback. I think it was that night at the museum where they slept in I don't know if it was a planetarium or wherever they slept, but it was the whole survival thing. And I think she was trying to hide because she had that sleep apnea. and we had that going on, and her coming out here to show. I was like, why you bring your man? But that's cool. We need Ocean. They say no Ocean. You get a little bit of Ocean and we take him back. But she's out here with the things. I love that none of it's working. Like, nothing's working. All these gadgets and gadgets that you paid big money for as a doomsday prepper, none of it's working out here. And then we end up just using our normal skills. Baby, when Ava, first of all, when Barb took that lifesaver, that took me out. Like, girl, give me that lightsaber. But when Ava went out there to search for them kids in the wood and licked a little bit of dirt and some leaves, say, Ava, please. Just to go, hey kids, where you at? Hey lady. That was really funny to me, and I did just really appreciate her costume. What did you think about Ava?
Absolutely, loved it down. She gonna eat every single time. She's gonna win the costume competition every single year. But no, I thought that was funny because she has all this reliance. Because, like she said, I'm a doomsday prepper. Like I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. Like I've got it on lock. Girl, when the grill fell out, she said, "Hold on, find me flat stones." Like, and I guess coming to realize, like, no, I've got this. I don't need these little gadgets on my website anymore that I sell for an arm and a leg. I can do that. I can really get this work out here. Like I know how to survive. I thought it was fun because everything she didn't have a gadget for or that failed, she was able to fix it up and get it going. And it was really her, and I'm not mad at it. I really enjoyed Janelle over here, and I just learned the story of how she came a part of Abbott. Like she was doing stand up, she had
Yeah.
no interest in being an actress. So the
Mhm.
fact that this is even here, I feel like it's meant to be. But no, I adored it, and I love a good callback. We've known Ava to be a doomsday prepper since the beginning, so I love that they finally kind of reiterated it here in this park. I'm like, y'all couldn't even go to the real forest. It's a park
No.
on Halloween night. Okay.
I just love the effort. I just love how Barb was prepared. You know, my church is going to donate the camping gear. I got like, y'all gonna say yes. I got everything under control. This ain't my first rodeo. Now, getting into Jacob. Jacob is the only one. I was like, let me look up your costume, baby. I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. I think that this is an environmentalist and like an activist. Also, from what I saw, if I looked up the right person, I was like, look at here. I don't come to Abbott for that. I'm supposed to know on site who you are, Jacob. Now, maybe, this is a very important person. But Jacob is just here. Of course, he's exhausted as well and trying to get Barb to just really give up, which eventually we get into this Bigfoot mythical esque creature story. He ends up getting lost also. I love he's like, oh, they're fine. They're right across over there. You can't really get lost. It's the park. I'm gonna call them because I don't know where they are. Oh, the phone's over there. The way that they just forgot about Jacob, like they forgot. I was like,
Right.
nobody's gonna look for Jacob. They stay doing Jacob dirty. Everybody's here. Oh, the day say we can stay in the park, yada yada yada. He's just out there lost. Nobody thought to go look, and of course, he ends up rolling around in what looks to be some poison ivy, and he ends up a itchy, funky, hot mess. But I didn't like that because take your asses out and go look for Jacob. He would never leave you all night alone in some damn woods. Nobody noticed Jacob was gone. Trash, Ashley.
Baby, call me trash then, because I forgot about him too. I was worried about Janine and them. I said, I thought he and Barbara went together, and then after that, I was like, oh, Jacob was gone all night. But yeah, I liked his ghost stories about the Squatch or whatever it was. I was like, is it Sasquatch? Is it the Squatch? What is it? I love the story, and the kids were into it as well. I adore Jacob. I want them to do more with him though this season. I really do feel like he just wasn't memorable for me really last night in the episode. I was like you said, I really didn't even notice he was gone till he came back with the poison ivy, Tyra. I didn't.
That's sad. It's so messed up. But that's something we Pat Sajak would never. We would have went and looking for him. But I mean that's just what it is. It's like y'all remember them vanilla and lavender scented bathrooms before you remembered anything about Jacob. Just tragic. But after he pops out and everything, I guess we come over here with Mr. Johnson, child. Mr. Johnson just shows up. He's just there. He's just there giving his Denzel references, and I'm a man on fire. But I'm tired of them not getting my jokes. Nobody's getting them. I do long for the more creative ways that they like to have him be there. Because if it's not like have him just be in the park, like what the hell y'all doing? Like I didn't know we had something going on. Like yeah, I'm in here with my Denzel club, and it's a whole bunch of Denzel impersonators in the background. I don't know, but he just shows up, scaring everybody. He's just here being quick witted with his Denzelisms, and nobody's feeling it or finding it funny. How do you feel about Mr.
They
Johnson?
don't say fences in the movie Fences, sir. Like, what are you doing? But he was so validated when the park ranger comes and is like, Denzel from Gladiator 2? Yeah. Like, come on, sir. Come on. You can do better than this. We've gotten better than this from him in the season. And I don't know why they quite wrote him this way. His jokes are always going to land. I'm
Mhm.
not sure what's up with the variants. And there's always a kid who either wants to be him or is around him during the Halloween episode. So I was really surprised that no one was really centered this season around him. But I mean, it was cool. It didn't land for me either that much. Even the fact that they weren't getting or liking his jokes, I was just like, oh, what's going on? So it does make me question what's happening with his character too, but because he's been hilarious all seasons until this one. Like,
He popped up here, so they gonna make sure Mr. Johnson. I didn't mind him. I just wish he popped up in a more creative way. Mr. Johnson looked good in his Denzel costume. That was good. I didn't mind that. Now, baby, how old is that little boy who came out of the bathroom with the tissue on his shoe? He's been that size for 5 seasons.
forever.
Because I spotted him not just because he was center. They're like, no, we're just taking the older kids who are in groups, not the younger ones who are just going to trick or treat. And he just comes out dressed as an Oompa Loompa, like, whoo,
Don't go there.
don't go in there for about 35, 45 minutes. It's like, what? He's still the same size after all these seasons. I thought that was funny. But I guess leaving off with the episode, of course, we go the extra mile because we got all the way here. We're not just going to leave the park after we worked so hard. Ava started a fire with her bare hands. She's perfected being a survivalist. She's for real. I don't need all of this. And we're just supposed to leave. And of course, we vouch for it. And hey, I'll let you guys stay here if you let me use that bathroom over there. I love her. I was like, they're not lost. There's literally, we can see a Lowe's from the park. They're okay. But how did you feel about how this ended off, and did it make you look forward to the next episode?
I mean, it was cute. Like, I like the little post-credit situation or like the ending of the episodes. I thought this was cute. Jacob coming out, like nobody was thinking about, like nobody, like we had to be out of here by 9. I thought the park ranger was a fun addition. I thought he really added and brought something to it. We had to get them porta potties in there. I said, if I ever have an outdoor event, I want those. They were perfection. But no, I thought it was a fun episode. Like she said, you guys needed this, and they did. And I think they all were like, oh, we're so rejuvenated and refreshed after this. I love that for them, and I want to see more of these like team building things. But I do really, really, really want us to get back into the school of it all. Like, let's get back to the school, Abbott Elementary.
I was gonna ask, like, where, and it's on here. He's Greta Thunberg. Like, I think I am disconnected because I don't know where we're at in like the show, like the season, like where we headed. We always have an objective by now, like for the most part,
Yeah.
because we're beyond, like, a lot of our objective before was just Ava being Ava, and Gregory looking like, girl, don't nobody want you like that. This is a professional setting. Back up off of me, hot stuff. That's always been a cornerstone. We had the will they or won't they as far as Janine and Gregory, and little quick quirks and activist type things from Jacob. But those things have been so present for so long, and it's just embedded in their personality, and we finally have these two together. Ava has her own man. It don't look like Barb at this point is anywhere near retiring. But that Barb is super Barb. Like, what does that mean for like where we're going? What is the direction? I'm a little lacking on that. I need some of that. It's just kind of like we pressed pause from last season as far as the neighborhood changing and the gentrification. Hell, Abbott falling apart. When we got that first episode out, it kind of felt like we were going to pick up where we left off, and we were going to see some changes because we keep hearing about all the schools around them. Either they've just been demised and they're just in poor standing, or they've been acquired and taken over and just knocked down. I don't know. I just really don't know where we are. Actually, where are we?
I mean, when we've been down there, remember we had to try to find and make it historical, right? Like who
Mhm.
was so and so Abbott, right? And then we went through gentrification. Then we went through legendary schools. I mean, we've been down through here with a couple of different issues, and then of course last season we had the district, right? Not only did we have gentrification, the golf course, we also had the district and Ava losing her job, which brought some tension. They're gonna have to introduce some tension in the next episode.
Mhm.
I think just for clarity and direction for the rest of the season. Otherwise, like you said, we're just kind of spinning with these one-offs, and it's like, and I think that makes it more challenging to have a consistently funny season when we're kind of all over the place. And that's what it's felt like up to this point. I
Yeah.
hope this Halloween episode was the anchor. Most seasons it is, and kind of starts us on a trajectory for the rest of the season. I'm really, really hoping that we get back into this dilapidated school and maybe having to fundraise. But again, we've been down there before, so it's like,
Yeah.
what do we do now? It's going to have to be something innovative, I feel like.
I wouldn't have mentioned it if they didn't start off episode 1 with school falling apart and we don't have any funds. And of course, we left off with them losing funding in the situation with Ava. So it's like, yo, we're going to have to make something shake. Like, we need a new stove, we need this. And then we didn't revisit it. If it was like, yo, we hit the lottery somewhere, or Ava came back with all this funding, it's something that I wouldn't worry about. And I would just assume that we're going to persevere in a different space. But yeah, the golf course is still there, right? Like, what's happening with the parents in the neighborhood and the kids who are all, attending the golf course and those things and the clubs and all of that stuff. Like, that's the thing that really is Abbott for me, aside from it being just really funny. It's a very intelligent show in that way and written, but for me, it's kind of in that gray, like Seinfeld type of area where it's funny and we're having a good time. But Seinfeld is the show about nothing. Every single episode is just kind of, we're gonna be there, but it's not gonna be a continuation of this thread and themes throughout it. But y'all, that is the episode. Actually, anything else you want to share on Abbott before we get ready to get out of here?
Again, I really enjoyed it. This was my favorite episode of this season. So far, I liked it. Like I said, this is the first time all season I've really felt like this is Abbott. But y'all don't forget, like almost immediately following this live, we will be talking all things Reasonable Doubt, season 3, episode 8. And there's a ton to talk about with that. But thank y'all for coming out to this early live on Halloween to support and engage with us. We hope you liked the episode as well. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought.
Definitely. Like, what are you guys thinking about Abbott? Are you missing anything? Or is it just right? Are you having a good time? We would definitely love to know. But as Ashley just stated, in about 15 minutes, we're going to be back getting into Reasonable Doubt, season 3, episode 8. Be sure to come back for that and support us. And if not, and you're having a good time and having a happy Halloween, or hell, you just going to bed, be good and do that too. But we will definitely see you guys next week for the next episode. And you guys have a good night.
Good night.